Okay, so we'll get started. I think everyone's here. So we're actually going to start with our band. So start by warming up the spine. So I'm going to have you grab onto your band, and you're going to place both feet into the band. Oh, mine has a knot in it. You're going to place both feet into your band, and you're going to have a little bit of tension on the band, so you can feel some resistance. You're going to be up nice and tall. Okay, and we'll just start with some shoulder rolls, up, back, and down. So just let the band help you pull those shoulders down away from the ears. And you can just notice your breath, inhale and exhale. Good. Couple more. And this last one, you're going to keep the shoulders nice and low. So feel that band pulling the shoulders down. We're just going to go into our side bend, so letting one hand get pulled down towards the floor, come back to center, and then over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. So keeping the belly in and up. So it's just starting to bring some awareness to your abdominals. Make sure you're not relaxing with the tummy. We're going to come back to center. We're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale, head nod, chin tuck. Feel the band pull you down. And then you're just going to slowly start to sink down as low as you can towards the floor. Soft bend in the knees. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, come all the way back up. Nice and tall. Good. Relax the shoulders. We're going to go back to our side bend. You want to think of yourself between two panes of glass. We're doing our side bend work, so you're not rounding forward at all. Keeping the shoulders and hips aligned. And you move within a range of motion that feels good for you. One more time to this side. Okay, coming back to center, take an inhale, and on the exhale, rounding down, feeling down each vertebrae. Then sinking down as low as you can, just let the head dangle, let the arms dangle, take an inhale, and on the exhale, slowly coming all the way back up. Good, and then let the shoulders drop down. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of neck work, so keeping the shoulders down, I just want you to look over one shoulder. And bring your head back to center, and then over the other shoulder. And again. Turn. Turn one more time to each side. Good. Bringing your gaze back to center. We're just going to look up. And then as you look down, you're going to pull your chin in towards your chest. And again, look up. And then pulling the chin in. One more time. And pulling the chin in. Good. Bringing your gaze back to center. I'm going to have you bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Now I want you to take your right shoulder, you're going to go into your shoulder rolls. So feeling a nice stretch through the neck. Good. Rolling that right shoulder back and down. Two more. Good. Keeping the shoulder down, so now you're going to take the right ear to the right shoulder, hold it there. You're going to feel a little bit of a pull on the side of the neck, getting that stretch, and then we're going to go into our circles, our arm circles or shoulder circles on the left side. Keeping that right ear towards the right shoulder. Remember, it's ear to shoulder, it's not shoulder to ear. So we're keeping the shoulder down. One more time. Good, keeping the shoulder down. Good, bringing the head back to center. You're going to step out of the band. We're going to come down onto the mat, but I want you to take your band and you're going to place it, the width of your mat, right where your shoulder blades would go if you were lying down on the mat. So nice and long, lengthen it out. And then you're going to lie down on the mat, so placing the shoulder blades approximately onto the band. We're going to have our knees bent, and then I want you to grab onto your band on each hand. And again, with the band, you're in charge of the tension. So if it's too much at any time, just walk your hands out a little bit. Or again, if you want a little bit more attention, walk your hands down. So the band is now coming around the rib cage underneath the armpits. We're going to extend both arms up towards the ceiling. So you should feel a little bit of a pull on the band. Shoulder blades are nice and heavy, neck is relaxed. We're just going to take the arms out to a T position. And then bring them all the way back up. And then out to a T. And back up. Inhale and exhale. So it's the same arm movements we've been doing in the previous weeks. We're just adding a little bit of resistance with the band. And just take a moment to notice your breath. One more time. We're going to hold the arms up towards the ceiling. You can keep the palms turning towards your feet. And we're going to go into our door. So keeping the head and neck down, we're going to lift the shoulder blades up. And then let them drop down nice and heavy. So with the band, you're going to feel the band pulling those shoulder blades down towards the mat, opening up through the collarbone. Inhale and exhale. So with this exercise, we're not lifting the head off the mat. It's just the upper back around the shoulder blades with the arms. Keeping the arms nice and straight. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more time. Good. We're going to take the arms out to a T position. They're just going to come to a hover here above the floor. I'm just going to bring the arms down by your side and then swing them back out to a T and then all the way overhead. And again, down by your sides and then taking the arms in line with the ear. So this is our snow angel arms. So we're not lifting the arms up towards the ceiling. They stay hovering the whole time. I'm feeling a little bit of a pull on the band. Keeping those shoulder blades down. We don't want the band moving by our rib cage. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. And set the band down. We're just going to place 2 fingers on each hip bone. We're going to go into our tuck and untuck. So inhale to tuck, tipping the pelvis towards you, and exhale to untuck. Feeling that pelvis tip towards your feet. So a small movement, but we're trying to keep it isolated to our pelvis. Good. Inhale and exhale. So as you come into your tuck, you're going to feel the low back flatten towards the mat. And as you come into your untuck, you're going to feel that low back arch away from the mat. You're going to have some space open up between your mat and the low back in your untuck. Do a couple more. Good. We're going to find our neutral. So keeping the 2 fingers on each hip bone, we're going to go into our teeter-totter. So lifting one hip bone slightly up towards the ceiling as the other hip bone sinks down toward the mat. And then switch. And switch. So we've been practicing over the last few weeks mobilizing this area of our body. We're going to move into our pelvic clock now, so that's putting them all together. So I want you to come into your neutral pelvis, so keeping 2 fingers on your hip bone. That'll act as an added cue, giving you some feedback on how your pelvis is moving. We're going to start with our tuck. So tilt that pelvis towards you. Now you're going to come out of that, you're going to teeter-totter to one side. So sending one hip bone down as the other hip bone lifts. You're going to come out of that, you're going to come into your untuck. So you're going to feel that space open up between your low back and the mat. And then you're going to teeter-totter to the other side, letting the hip bone sink as the other hip bone lifts. And then you're going to come back to your tuck. So it's like you're going around a clock. And then you're going to keep doing that in that same direction. So it's a small movement, but it's a good one. Do one more time in this circle in this direction. And once you come back to your tuck, you can go in the other direction. So sending the other hip bone down first. Come into your untuck. Send the other hip bone down slightly and then back to your tuck. You gotta think about what you're doing. Notice your hip bones here. They should be moving in the right direction, the tuck and untuck. One more time in this direction. Good, come back to center. Good, nice neutral pelvis. I'm gonna have you get up and I'm gonna have you take your band and you're gonna place it around the ball of one foot. I'm just gonna do some leg work. So stretching out the back of our legs. So elbows are bent, upper arms, back of the upper arms are just resting onto the mat. And we're just gonna start with little circles. So keeping the leg nice and straight, movements coming from the hip. Again, trying to keep your pelvis nice and still, best you can. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. Check in with the jaw, make sure you aren't clenching. Go in the other direction with your circles. Try and get our circles nice and smooth. Lots of control here. Bring the leg back to center, keeping the band wide. So holding a band in each hand, I want you to bend at the knee. You're gonna lower the heel down and you're gonna press through the heels, you extend the leg up. Bend and extend. Inhale and exhale. So feeling the stretch up the back of the leg. One more time. Good. Okay, so taking the other foot into the band, taking the other foot down. Leg is nice and straight, and when you're in position, you can start your little circles, movements coming from the hip. Inhale and exhale. Go in the other direction. Bringing your leg back to center, keeping the band nice and wide. We're going to bend at the knee, lowering the heel down, and then press through the heels, you lift it up. Bend and extend. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Taking your foot out of the band, just place the band off to the side. Arms can come out to a T position at your side. Knees and feet will come together. Keep the knees bent. We'll just go into our knee sways. And let the head turn in the opposite direction of the knees. Inhale and exhale. One more time to each side. Good. Coming back to center. I want you to slide both legs out straight. We're going to keep the left arm out to a T position at our side, but I want you to take the right hand and place it behind your head. When you're ready, you're going to curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades, and as you curl up, you're going to bring the left leg up in a tabletop. And I want you to twist towards that left leg, and then lower yourself all the way down. Inhale and exhale to lift and twist. So you're pressing into that left hand and arm into the floor. It'll help stabilize you. Keeping that right hand behind the head so the neck is not tensing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to hold it here. Now instead of keeping the knee bent, if you want, you can lift the leg straight up as you lift and twist. So if it's uncomfortable on your low back or on your thigh at all, just let that knee bend. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, You're going to slide that right arm out to a T position. Take the left hand behind your head. And when you're ready, we're going to go onto this side, so curling the feet and twisting towards that right leg. Inhale when your head's down on the mat, and exhale to lift and twist. Let's do a few more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Yeah, and if you want on the next one, keep that leg straight as you lift and twist. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the right hand pressing down into the floor. Good. Last one. Good, and lowering the leg down. Good job. Okay, so we're going to take the legs out just a little bit wider. We're going to do a roll up, and we're going to transition into a spine movement. So we're going to do 2 for 1. So arms will come all the way overhead. Keep the legs a little bit wider here. And on the exhale, you're going to start curling all the way up. And you're going to reach your right hand towards your left foot. It's coming to a saw. We call them Pilates. Coming back to center, up nice and tall, and then slowly lower down. Taking the arms all the way overhead. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lift. Now you're going to reach that left hand towards the right foot as you twist. Back to center, lower down. So just find your flow here. Good. Lift and twist. Do one more time to each side. Good. Up and lift and twist. Good. Come all the way down. Good job. Okay, so walking your feet in. We're going to have both knees, we're going to take them up into tabletop. We're going to take both arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to go into our toe taps, stopping one toe and then the other toe. So you should feel some heat going to the abdominals. Good. Tap one toe, nice and slow with control, and then the other toe. Keep breathing. You're going to hold both legs up in tabletop. Squeeze the legs together. You're going to start to lower both toes down. And then bring them all the way back up. And again. So maybe your toes only come halfway. That's fine as long as you keep that stability in your low back. You're noticing you're losing your core engagement if you're getting the toes to touch the mat. Modify it. So just bring the toes about halfway down. You want to focus on that abdominal engagement. Good. To make this one a little bit more challenging, as you tap the toes down, you can bring the arms in line with the ears. And bring it all the way back up. Inhale and exhale. Again, if it's too much with the arms, don't add in the arms, just keep the arms up towards the ceiling. If it's all too much for you, go back to your alternating toe taps. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. Excellent. Hug those knees in and just rock back from side to side. A little low back massage. Good work. Okay, so we're going to come up into sitting. We're going to get a little bit working into our shoulder girdle as well as our side obliques. So we're going to start with our side bridge. We're going to work through a progression. So you can progress on, you can stay where you're at. It's up to you. You want to make sure your shoulders down and back, so locking it in place. Top hand will come onto the waist. Take a glance down. Your heels should be in line with your sit bones. Pretty good angle for the legs. When you're ready, take an inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to lift yourself up into your side bridge. And lower yourself down. And again, lift and lower. Lift and lower. So keeping that shoulder locked in place. On the next one, as we lift, if you want to add a challenge, you're going to lift the leg up and lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Do 3 more. 2. Good. On the last one, we're going to hold ourselves up here if you want. You're going to extend that top leg out straight and bring it back in. And again, out and in. Out and in. So keeping the head in line with the spine. We're working our neck muscles here as well. 2 more. And last one. Good. Lowering the leg down. Keep the legs here. Come on up into sitting on your side. Just going to take that arm that was supporting you. You're going to reach it all the way over. So our mermaid. Feeling a nice stretch of that whole area of the body that we're just working. Good. Bringing the arm down, reaching the other arm over. Good. That's it. One more time here, reaching over. Good. Bringing the arm down. Okay, so we're going to swing over to the other side. So again, we'll start up on our elbow, elbow and shoulder aligned. Hand is on the waist, pull that supporting shoulder down and back, locking it in place. When you're ready, you're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. So check in with the shoulder, really important you're not slouching here. So that supporting shoulder. Good. For 3, 2, good, last one. So if you want to progress on, you can add in the lift of the leg as you bridge up. Good. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. On the next one, we're going to hold the leg up, keep that shoulder locked in place, extend the leg out straight, bend it back in. Extend it out straight, bend it back in. Good, last one. Good, come all the way down. Good, okay, so it's coming up onto your side, you're going to take that supporting arm and reach it over. Good. Bringing it back the other way. Inhale and exhale. Good. Coming back to center. We're now going to start working a little bit more into the arms. We're going to work on the triceps as well as back. So I want you to come into position. We're going to do push-ups. So I don't love push-ups, but I know I should do them. They're good for me. So I like to keep my knees down. You want your hands about shoulder width apart. You want to pull your belly in, so it's a full body exercise. If you're feeling like you want that challenge, you can lift up the knees, coming to your full plank, going into your push-up. That's your jam, do that, that's great. Otherwise, find your position, and you decide how low you go. So you don't have to come all the way down, maybe just a little bit, and then press yourself back up. We're going to do 10 of them. So again, pulling the belly in and up. Good. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Okay, so coming onto your knees, I'm just going to come into a kneeling position, and I want you to just hinge just slightly at the hip. So you're not collapsing, keeping the collarbone nice and wide. You're going to hug your elbows in at your side, and I want you to keep your elbows high. Don't let them come down in front of you. Keep them up nice and high. We're going to press back and press. So it's like a tricep press. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the neck nice and long. That's it. And press. Don't let the elbows sneak down. Keep them lifted. And press. So if you're done, just come into child's pose, that's totally fine. If you want to try another set, coming back down into your position for push-ups. Again, remember, keeping the core engaged. When you're ready, we're starting our push-ups. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Coming back up onto your knees, hinging just slightly at the hip. You're going to keep those elbows lifted, tuck the arms in at your sides, and press the arms back. Press. Neck is nice and long. And press. Press. Inhale. And exhale. Few more. Good. Some movement's coming from the elbow. Don't let the biceps swing here. We're going to hold the arms up straight here. Good. 10 little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down. Come up nice and tall. And just do some shoulder rolls up, back, and down. Good. Excellent. Okay, so we're just going to release through the traps. Sometimes it's nice when carrying some stress right around that area of our body. So we're going to start up nice and tall. You're going to place one hand. You're going to grab onto the opposite trap muscle. So that's that muscle that connects your neck to your shoulder. And you're going to grab onto it underneath your shirt. You're going to give it a good squeeze with the palm of the hand and your fingers. Almost as this is where you usually like to get a massage in your neck. You tend to carry that stress. You're going to give it a good squeeze. Other arm is down, just relaxed at your side. Keep squeezing that muscle. We go into our shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. So similar to how we started the class, rolling that shoulder up, back, and down. Keep squeezing that muscle with the other hand. You can change direction of your circle, so rolling the shoulder, the other direction, rolling it forward, keep squeezing the muscle. You might have to readjust your grip. Keeping the shoulder down, now we're just going to lift the shoulder up, let it drop down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Last one. Good. Okay, so releasing the hand, arms come down. You're just going to look over one shoulder and over the other shoulder. So what you should notice here is it is a bit easier to turn your head towards the shoulder you were just working on. So you release some of the tension in your neck. So just notice that for yourself. Come back to center with the head. You're going to grab on, so reaching underneath your shirt, grab onto that trap muscle. Give it a good squeeze with the palm of the hand and the fingers, a good squeeze. Good. Other arm is relaxed. You're going to go into your shoulder rolls, up, back, and down. Just notice your breath. Okay, you can go in the other direction, rolling the shoulder towards me, rolling it forward. Keep squeezing that muscle, readjust your grip if you need to. Keeping the shoulder nice and low, you're going to lift it up and let it drop down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time.